morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Thursday, the 6th of July. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for stopping by today. Here's what we have for you. Find out where you can get a great photo op with the Frank Mobile, also known as the Wiener Mobile. It will be in Murfreesboro this weekend. We'll tell you when and where coming up. Also get some great information on Friday Night Live happening tomorrow in the Murfreesboro area. And then, of course, all the great finds at the Murfreesboro Saturday Market. After that, we talked to two ladies who collaborate on a number of murals here in Clarksville. They'll share with us why they're so honored to bring their artwork to the rest of us. And then we're in the kitchen with Devon and Sylvia Ganier for Devon's Table. If you want to learn how to make pesto, well, they have the recipe for it. So stick with us for that. But before, let's get a check of our headlines right now. A new transit center will soon give Nashville residents better access to employment, healthcare services, and more affordable housing options. This is possible by $5 million from the U.S. Department of Transportation's Federal Transit Administration to Nashville to build a transit center at the former Hickory Hollow Mall. When the transit center opens, WeGo will implement new local and express routes as well. The project will include some nice amenities. Read all about it and learn when the site plan will be presented by going to our website, mainstreetmediatn.com, and clicking on Main Street Nashville. Heads up, drivers, beginning tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Broadway in downtown Nashville will be closed from 8th Avenue to 13th Avenue. The closure will remain in place until Thursday, September 7th. Now, according to a TDOT news release, crews are now ready to replace the bridge structure. This is all part of that Broadway Bridge replacement project that has been ongoing since last fall. The best way for drivers to navigate around this closure can be found at our website, mainstreetmediatn.com. And it just keeps heating up outside, you guys. This is a crucial time to keep in mind anytime during this next few months that we need to keep a close eye on our pets. Here are a couple of tips to keep in mind as we move through summer. Check the pavement before taking your pet for a walk. Water. Make sure that your pet has access to fresh water, and then limit afternoon activities. Read the signs that will indicate that your pet is getting overheated at CheathamCountyExchange.com. Let's keep all of our pets safe this summer. Again, it's really so important. Now, speaking of how much it's going to heat up outside, let's see how hot it's going to get by turning to our friends over at Tennessee Valley Weather.
Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with the Check It Your forecast for the rest of today and heading into this weekend. We are starting off dry with a few clouds in the area, maybe a stray shower this morning, but overall storm activity will begin to pick up heading into the afternoon hours, mainly after lunchtime. Coverage not all that great, but just a typical summertime day with a pop-up shower or storm is what you can expect, with temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s, and with not any rain or storms, we will be under a partly cloudy sky, and we will see a few showers lingering into the evening and overnight hours, but overall, again, not a washout by any means for today. Here is your 7-day forecast. We are looking at pretty much the same forecast for the next several days, upper 80s to lower 90s for the next several days, even including in your entire 7-day forecast, with daily rain chances, a slightly higher rain chance heading into Saturday and Sunday, even into Saturday night as well. And temperatures slightly warm up by the second half of the weekend into the lower 90s for most of us.
Welcome back. So who doesn't love to get outside, listen to live music, have a good bite of food, and just join in with others on a Friday night? And then, of course, Saturday mornings, we all love to get out to the market. You know, you can find both of those in Murfreesboro. To share with us the happenings there that you can expect on Fridays and Saturday mornings, we have the Executive Director of Main Street Murfreesboro, Sarah Callender, with us. Sarah, first off, thanks for your time.
Oh, thanks for inviting me on here.
You know, I'm one of those. I love tootling around and hitting all the stuff. I know other people, do the same. You have Friday Night Live there in Murfreesboro. What is that? What's it all about?
Yes, for golly, over 15 years, we've been doing Friday Night Live downtown, and it's once a month. It starts in June, and then we run it through September, and we have local artists come and perform for 3 hours. It's free music on the square, very family friendly.
Oh, that's cool. And you said it's only once a month.
Yes.
So is it the first Friday of the month?
It's tricky. It is the first Friday until September because of Labor Day. We have it on the third Friday.
Okay, good to know there. So the next one coming up is, of course, this Friday, which is just wonderful. And what sort of bands, what musicians do you have out there? Are they well known or just kind of known?
Around here, well, last month we had a country band from Alabama come. They were great. But this Friday we have a band called Entice, and they're R&B. They play all over the country, actually, but they're local in Middle Tennessee, and they've come and performed 2 years ago. So people around here know them, but great, all your favorite Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, dance music. So the dance floor gets filled up with this band.
I can imagine. So you say this happens downtown. What area is that?
So right around the Rutherford County Historic Courthouse,
Okay.
we close the public square, and people can bring their chairs and sit out and spread out. The whole Church Street, Main Street area will be blocked off, and people just sit. We usually have a couple thousand people come out and sit and watch the music.
So how does parking work? Because I know parking can be tricky at times.
Yeah, it's great. We've got 2 parking garages right off of the square. The Civic Plaza and the library has a parking garage, and then the Judicial Building 1 block on the other side. And there's free parking on the streets, just right off of the public square. So no tickets are given. So lots of parking.
Oh, that's great to know. What about vendors? Do you have vendors on hand for the music, for the live event?
We have a couple of food trucks, but we also have great restaurants downtown that stay open. So you have lots of choices. There's coffee shops and nice family restaurants that you can come and sit and have a meal. A lot of them provide like a to-go meal option for the concert. So make sure you don't eat before you come. Come a little early and mark your spot and then go get some food.
That's a really smart idea for restaurants, and something I don't think I've seen in other places, a to-go option to take that with you to the music. That's cool.
Yes, it is great. And we're excited this Friday night. We've got, during our intermission, so the music starts at 6:30, and then about 7:45 they'll take a little 20-minute break, and we've got some local student singers who are just fabulous, who are going to come out and sing about 5 different patriotic songs. So it should be really fun. Uncle Nearest is going to be there, and they're giving tastings, and so it's going to be a lot of fun to be done.
It sounds it. So what time will that kick off?
6:30.
6:30, fantastic. 6:30 Friday night live. Be there, because I mean, who would want to miss that? I can't think of anyone. And of course, for all of us that get up pretty early on Saturday mornings, we like to do our, fresh veggie shopping and get some fresh flowers and just, mingle with vendors. Where can we go in Murfreesboro for that?
That's right. Saturday morning, we have the farmers market. We call it the Murfreesboro Saturday Market. It has been running since the beginning of May, and it runs through October every Saturday. And it, too, is right around the courthouse. So the inner circle of the courthouse is shut down. And we have over 68 vendors that come, and 76% of them are farm producers and food vendors. And then 24% of them are local artisans. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. There's a balloon artist who's there for kids, and he just takes tips. So that's really fun. And we always have a local musician performing at the courthouse. So it's just fun. You can bring your dog and just sit and let your kids run around and get lots of good produce.
Oh, heck yes. And then what time does that close down?
So it's from 8 to noon.
8 to noon. Well, is there anything else that we need to know that Main Street Murfreesboro is putting on or hosting in the coming week?
Yeah, this Saturday, we have special guests. They're called the Frankmobile, originally known as the Wienermobile, that travels around the country. They reached out to us and asked if they could come to our farmers market. And so they're going to be set up right across from the courthouse in the Bank of America parking lot. And it's just a great photo op. But to make it even more special, we are giving away 200 hot dogs to the first 200 people from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So we'll have a hot dog vendor, but come at 10 and get your free hot dog and free face painting for the kids. So you can get your picture with the Wienermobile or the Frankmobile.
I love it. Something tells me they're going to run out of the hot dogs for sure.
Yeah.
Sarah, okay, so when you have to pick, you want to go out, is it Friday or Saturday mornings? Are you an evening or a morning person?
Well, because of my job, I'm at both, but I do love the Saturday morning markets, no matter what I've been doing Friday night. Because you can come early Saturday or you can come at 11 o'clock and get the leftovers.
That is so true. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Again, Friday Night Live, the first Friday until September, and then you said it's the third Friday.
That's right.
Oh my God, everyone mark your calendars, make it out there to the square in Murfreesboro. And then of course, the market on Saturday morning. Sarah, we can't thank you enough for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I look forward to connecting again. And you guys make a trip to Murfreesboro. You will not regret it. Stick right here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up right after this.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Welcome back to Today's Better Health. I'm Colleen Barton, and I'm here with Dr. Gil Kentoff and Dr. Wendy Toohey, and we're talking about the latest treatments in back and neck pain.
Many people, Colleen, come to see us with neck and back pain, and they develop tingling and numbness down the arm or lower back pain that develops into sciatica shooting down their leg. And for these patients, we have an advanced treatment technology, non-surgical decompression therapy that we really introduced to this area. It separates the vertebrae and creates a suction to allow fluids and nutrients back in to heal the disc naturally, relieving pressure on the nerve and on the joint. It's an amazing treatment.
We've been helping patients like this for the last 30 years, helping them get back to work, get back to their family, get back to the life they want to live.
I mean, it really is amazing. Technology helping us to live pain-free and better lives.
Right.
And I bet you have a special offer.
The first 25 callers will receive an examination, x-rays, review of our findings, and their first treatment, all for $39.
Call 615-551-3897 today to receive this special offer.
Main Street Sports Today strives to bring you the most timely and comprehensive coverage of sports news and more from Middle Tennessee and beyond.
We cover the teams you care about from preps to pros and bring some of the most influential voices in sports to keep you in the know.
Tune into Main Street Sports Today each Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Download the Main Street Media TV app.
Welcome back. I'm excited this morning to introduce you to two artists, Stefanie Robinson and Maria Haycraft. They collaborate on a number of murals in the Clarksville area, and they recently talked to me about how they feel about being able to bring their art to the rest of us. We'll also share where you can find their latest cityscape.
We have one of our murals that Stefanie and I did at the Emerald. I think it's a true honor because there are plenty of really amazing artists in our community that have yet to be discovered, which is another reason why we even have ArtLink, is for them to be discovered and to find your passions and show them that their purpose matters and that you can actually do what you love to do and want to do. Like, it is possible because we're doing it. We are absolutely doing it.
And thanks to the Clarksville community that allows us to do this. Everyone's pretty open when it comes to art and wanting to beautify the city and, allow this.
I love that. You said this is your fourth mural?
No, this is number 10. I counted.
This is the fourth cityscape. We really get to bring more creative inspiration to our community.
And awareness of ArtLink.
First, the murals are a sect of ArtLink. Stefanie and I have our own mural business, and we do it kind of as a sister to ArtLink. I think that would.
Painted Ladies.
It's called Painted Ladies. Yeah. So if you want a mural, it's going to be through the Painted Ladies, and we are artists that work with ArtLink.
So when it comes to a business or an organization who would like to do something either like this or something a little different, what do they need to take into consideration before they reach out to any artist?
Well, how quickly do they want it? Because most people want it yesterday, and we're probably like 2 months out, I would say, on any one given mural, just because it takes a lot of time to draw it up and get like the rendition. So that is probably more time than it takes to actually do it. Most of the to paint it, yeah. And then another one is the cost. So they're not cheap to do. If you see how much paint goes into this and how much time goes into it, all of that is a cost factor.
Location, yeah, because we have to figure out logistics, if we need ladders or scaffolding, sunshade. Oh, the weather is also a factor.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We can't be painting a mural out in -10, although it doesn't get that cold here, but.
Yeah. Or if it's raining.
Extremes.
If it's raining, like
Oh, yeah.
this one's outside, so if it was rain, we had to definitely watch the weather. We couldn't do this.
When we have free reign and we can design the mural that we want to see, it's fun. And it's just exciting to see your own vision out in the community. But we're happy to work with clients as far as what their vision is as well. Like, we like to bring their vision to light as well. So
yeah,
it's just fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, it's cool because it's a different form of art too. We're both artists in a different capacity. So when we get to do large scale art, it's just, I don't know, it is very exciting because you're like, we created on this little screen and then we like make it huge.
To see
we're
it
like,
larger than
holy
life.
crap, we did it! We did another one, and we're just excited to just see it come to life. So I think that's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Stefanie and Maria, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Stick with us. We're getting into the kitchen with Devon and Sylvia to learn how to make pesto.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Welcome back. Okay, who loves pesto? I love it on my pasta, on sandwiches. I love just putting it on tomatoes sometimes, but I've never made my own, at least not until now. I'm going to, thanks to Devon O'Day and Sylvia Ganier. They give us a great recipe for pesto in today's Devon's Table.
Hey, we're going to do, this is our Pesto-licious episode, and we are literally in the middle of our summer harvest of joy. Look at all these colors that are at the table at Green Door.
And pesto, of course, goes great with pasta, but it also is a good friend along with tomatoes. You just take a little pesto and put it on the bottom, put some sliced tomatoes, drizzle it with a little olive oil.
Great on a sandwich. Oh my gosh, pesto added to a sandwich is like so good.
Yes. And so we're going to figure out how to make some pesto. It's really simple.
Making it homemade. I've heard that it's really simple, but...
It is. I promise, it is. So you got to sing for your supper and work for your supper, okay?
As long as I can smell like
all you're going to do is take this basil and take any big part of the stem off and throw it in.
All right.
Okay? And then while she's doing that, we're going to talk a little bit about nuts.
Okay.
2 different kinds for 2 different folks right here. Nuts.
We're experts on that.
Absolutely. So typically traditional pesto is made with pine nuts. So I have pine nuts. It's my favorite way to make it.
That's my favorite, yeah.
But I don't know if you've been to the store lately and have seen the price of pine nuts. It can almost give you a heart attack.
They're really expensive.
They're very expensive. They're worth every bit of it, but they're very expensive. So if you're like, I cannot break the bank, but I want to make pesto, the closest substitute is an English walnut. And a lot of pesto that you find in the supermarket is actually made with walnuts, not with pine nuts.
Well, who knew?
Or a blend. So make sure you read, if you're allergic to walnuts, you think, oh, pesto is always made with pine nuts. You want to always make sure that they're not using walnuts. Okay?
Yeah.
But you can use either one. And so as we go through, you can see that maybe you have basil and it's looking a little sad. It's fine. You're going to chop it up. Just throw it all in there too. You don't want it if it's all the way black because that will affect the color.
Okay.
But if it's got a little twinge or a little bruise to it, just throw it in. You know, this is kind of like picking peas, shelling beans.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing.
There's an old-fashioned therapy to this, you know? And it doesn't have to be like perfect. A little bit of stem is fine. So if you got a big handful like this, you can kind of line it all up, and I just go in and I just wrench it and put it in, okay?
I love it.
And then we're gonna add just a little bit more. And to that, you can toast the pine nuts if you want.
Oh, yes.
Do not burn them. It makes you want to cry.
No, you don't want to burn pine nuts ever.
Put it in a way that you can control. Don't put them in the oven and forget to set the timer. Don't put them in a pan and walk off. You're talking just a minute or two in a warm pan. Get it off the heat, get them out of the pan, and let them cool down. So, but if you don't have time to toast them, they still are going to be delicious. Toasting just brings out more of the nutty flavor. So for pesto, you're going to need your food processor, unless you want to chop it all by hand. And I'm a little lazy today, so we're going to use a food processor.
No, that's the easy way.
And your nut of choice, Devon or Sylvia. Devon or Sylvia. And then you need lemon juice.
Okay.
And I hate lemon juice concentrate. I can taste it in everything that it is used in, and I just don't like it. It takes 30 seconds to cut a lemon. And if you have never used one of these amazing
I have a lime one and a lemon one, just for the size, yes.
And it's thebomb.com. A lot of people mistake and think you would put it in like that. You don't. It goes the opposite because you want to squeeze everything out. And you just squeeze. And you get a lot of lemon juice, and it's very easy to do.
So the rounded part up, and then you squeeze down on that.
So we have that. We're going to put in approximately this much of the pine nuts. And then we're going to just put the top on this. And we're going to pulse this for just a second. We're not going to just turn it on. We're just going to pulse it. It's going to be a little louder. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Don't be scared.
That's not even loud.
Just pulse it down. And you see that it's becoming just really nice like that. I like a lot of pine nuts in mine. What I would do now is I would come back with Parmesan cheese, which is back in the kitchen back there. I'm gonna have to run and grab it. But we would put the same amount of Parmesan cheese as we do. I don't just lemon.
I can just like snort this whole thing.
All of that sort of good stuff. So you're gonna put the same amount of Parmesan as you would in, pulse that all up, let it run for another minute. We'll pretend our Parmesan is in there. Like my sound effects?
I do.
It's good.
It's really good.
Then you're just going to drizzle a very small amount of olive oil. You will not need salt if you have a good, true Parmesan. If you're using the stuff in the green bottle,
okay, we're not using that.
you're going to need salt because it is not true Parmesan Reggiano.
Okay.
You're going to need to add a little salt. But if you're using real Parmesan, then you will not need to do that. And this will just help bind it all together. And we'll go from there.
Now, what about our garlic?
And garlic. Here we are.
Got to have garlic. See, I didn't even know what this was, y'all. Have you seen garlic in the wild? I mean, it's on the hoof right there.
In the wild.
I mean, look at it.
It's amazing. This is fresh garlic. What we would do is we would harvest all of this garlic. We would cut it at the neck, and then this would dry. And as it dries, it becomes a storage garlic. Okay?
Okay.
So, but right now it's fresh.
Do you have to refrigerate it? Oh.
No. What you can do is if I had a third one, I could show you how to braid it. And you can hang it up in a braid in your kitchen and just go get whatever you want as you want it. You don't have to cut it. Just saves us space. So we have this wonderful fresh garlic. If you already have minced garlic that you have open in your refrigerator, you can use the minced garlic. Always use it when it's packed in water, not in oil. Okay.
Oh, why is that?
Because the oil is going to change the flavor. The oil is going to give it a different flavor in your pesto. You want just a traditional kind of olive oil.
Okay.
And this is going to be a lot more pungent, if you will.
Okay.
Because it's been sitting cut.
Yeah.
Fresh garlic's going to be pretty potent as well, but it's still just really, really,
it's
really
so good.
lovely. One for you?
One for you?
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Here we go with our garlic. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to come in, I'm going to cut it.
I'll let you instruct on this one because I'm not exactly
I'm
sure
just
how to
going
do
to kind of
this.
pull this apart, pull this back just a little bit.
And I've
so I
seen
can
the
get in
dried
here.
garlic. I've never seen it fresh like this, ever.
So you see now I've got a clove. I just pulled it back and I've got a clove. And I'm going to take this little outside off. And voila, I'm good to go. I'm going to take this down and I'm ready to chop. Now I could spend all day and finely mince all of this. But why do that when I have something that can do the work? So I'm going to take the top, I'm going to take the bottom, I'm going to cut it in half just for kicks and giggles. I'm going to drop it in and off we go. We're going to pulse, 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 pulse. And it's going to be pulse, 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 pulse. And look, it's in there now. Now you smell that garlic?
Ooh, it's so good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You can smell it on my fingers too.
Yeah, but it's, you know what? It's different than the dried garlic.
Yes.
It's not as strong.
Like if you smell the inside of this.
Yeah.
And then you smell this. See how much
Okay,
more
way-
harsh?
Yeah, yeah.
Harsh is a good word for
Yeah.
once you get it like this. It's better
This is
to
sweeter.
use the fresh.
This is sweeter.
It's not just because I touched it either.
I'm not believing that.
All right. And so then you would just finish with your olive oil to blend it all together with your Parmesan and you've got pesto.
And it stores in the refrigerator, but it also freezes well.
Freezes well if you don't put the nuts in it. Make it
What?
without
That's
the nuts.
right. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. My sister right now, Faith, okay, she said it. I about made everybody make a mistake. Don't put nuts in it if you're going to freeze it.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Welcome back. Let's take a look back at the Fort Campbell Independence Day celebration. Check this out. The afternoon started with the 50-gun salute. The event also featured some great artists on stage. They had amazing vendors there, an area for the kids to play at. Get a look at this. The crowd was in the thousands, and this gives you a good idea, and this was early in the evening, what the crowd looked like from the stage point of view. Again, Fort Campbell, thank you for putting on a phenomenal Independence Day celebration that ended, of course, with a beautiful fireworks display. So you really got the feel of what this day is all about. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.